What is style? Do you have style? Are you sure? So before we get into it today, let me just show y'all some new swag. I got some new shirts, some new shoes and stuff. So got a little swag, got a little something. So I just wanted to share something that I thought was cool, and if you think it's cool too, then drop some comments and let me know. When I think about dressing for success, that definitely doesn't mean like in a business suit and tie. You know what I'm saying? What I think about is, if you dress nice, you're gonna feel nice, and if you feel nice, you're definitely gonna be more productive in whatever it is that you're doing. So this is definitely not to show off. This is more so just to show y'all something that I think is cool. Honestly, I'm not even a Jordan guy for real. I never know what Jordans to get or what Jordans to buy or whatever, but I saw these on a Nike app and I liked them, so I got them. So I think when you talk about style and you talk about having your own unique style as a creative, you have to start with what influences you. So a lot of people don't want to admit or acknowledge that they're influenced by something, but that's cap. We don't live in a black box where you magically pull ideas from your brain. Everybody's influenced by something, and it's okay to acknowledge that and still have your own unique style. So whatever you naturally resonate with, whatever you naturally like, that's what you're influenced by, and you can use those influences to develop your own unique style. Your favorite rapper has a favorite rapper. Your favorite producer has a favorite producer, author, filmmaker, any type of creative. What we do as creators is we take the things that make up our creative DNA and we make our own creative identity. So a long time ago when I first started making beats, Manny Fresh was one of my biggest influences, and I remember he had a really distinctive snare roll. It was basically the Manny Fresh snare roll. So snare rolls became something that I started to incorporate into my beats. Now I don't do it the same way he does it, but I do it in my own unique way because I'm influenced by the way he did it. I would take what I was hearing from the Manny Fresh snare roll and make my own snare roll in a totally different way, but it's something that I pulled as inspiration from what Manny Fresh was doing. Now we all know Zaytoven has those really distinct gospel pianos. I can't do gospel piano keys like Zaytoven can, but I can do my own piano keys. They usually end up coming out like lounge, jazz style piano, but that's okay because I'm taking that and making it my own, making it distinctive for me and what I want to do. What you want to do is you want to pull an element from over here, pull an element from over there, put your own twist on it, and then create something new. That's creativity. You never want to copy, you want to experiment and build on it. That's where you can come up with new stuff. Personally, I feel like it's impossible to copy somebody unless you're using like AI or technology or something like that, because the way that you make something is not going to be the way that somebody else makes something. So even if you try to sound like somebody or even if somebody tries to sound like you, your brain is not going to create what their brain's going to create. Their brain's not going to create what your brain's going to create. You're just not going to you're not going to create the same thing. Not exactly. It's always going to be slightly off. And that's really why you don't have to worry about somebody stealing your beats or stealing your sound, because the closest thing they could do is imitate you. The way you come up with something, you can't make a beat that I made because only I can make that beat. Only my brain can make that beat. You can make something that sounds like it, but you can't exactly make that beat. Just like I can't make another beat from another producer. I can make something that's close. I can make something that imitates it, but I can't make exactly what that person would make. Only they can make it. It's just like when a comedian tries to impersonate somebody, they sound like that person, but they don't sound exactly like that person. That's why it's funny, because they sound close, but they don't sound exactly right. Something sounds a little bit off. In reality, if you're doing something from the heart, being creative, you're not really going to copy anybody. The best you could do is imitate. So with me, when it comes to video and filmmaking, I don't know what my style is yet. I'm still learning, so I'm influenced by a lot of the things that I'm learning, but I'm still building and putting together my own unique style. Not like with music and beats where I have a much better idea of what my style is. So the way to develop your own style is to take the things that inspire you, the things that you naturally resonate with, experiment with them, build with them, create something new, and then repeat that. So what I've noticed with producers that have their own style or are known for having their own style is they repeat the same thing over and over again, whether it be a 808 pattern or a certain snare roll or a certain melody, the way that they do their melodies, they repeat themselves over and over and over again. Whether it be a certain snare roll, a certain 808 pattern, or a certain way that they do their melodies, they repeat themselves. You know, Metro has a certain way that he does his melodies. Certain producers have different effects that they use. All that goes into creating your own style. When you repeat that over and over again, that becomes your style. It becomes your trademark. Like with me, I like my beats to hit hard because of the way that I mix them. So much so that the artists I work with, they rap about it and mention it in the beat, in the song. Like, you know this beat is gonna hit hard because Dumas made it. In a day and age where everybody wants to sound the same, everybody wants to follow trends, you need to find what makes you unique and enhance it. Usually I like to put a lot of melody in my beat because I like melody, but sometimes I like to switch it up and put it to where it's almost no melody and it's really just a vibe. You can have different styles within your style, and regardless if I make it a lot of melody or more just like a vibe or even a no melody beat, it still sounds like a Dumas beat. Because of certain sounds that I choose, because of the certain part of the scale that I use, it's still gonna come out sounding a certain way, which is good because you want to be consistent. You want to be a little bit repetitive to the point that you develop your own sound, your own distinct style. Now I'm talking about music because I'm a producer, but I feel like with every creative, you're gonna go about developing your own creative style in a similar fashion. You know, filmmakers choose certain angles, authors use certain type of literary devices. For all creatives, no matter what you're trying to do, you're gonna take something, experiment with it, build on it, and then create your own style, and then repeat that over and over again until it becomes your trademark and your thing, something that you're known for. So let me know what y'all think. Comment below how you go about developing your own creative style or how you feel about it. And if you wanna hear me play some beats and kind of talk about the creative inspiration behind it, you can look at my last video.